Eyes locked and hearts in tune. You believe in me and I trust in you, my God. Why I gotta leave so soon?
Welcome into another episode of the Turn Fantasy Golf Podcast. My name is Andrew Poor. I go by Andrew Putters on all the social medias. And playoff season is here. That's what we do here, folks. We bring you DFS content week to week to help you win. So, if this is your first time listening, please give us a like and a subscribe. Please share with your friends. Give us a good review because that's the only way to get our content out there. And we appreciate any newcomer into the DFS community with open arms. Now, if you're a regular of ours, you're probably wondering where my partner is. At Joe Nicely, my buddy, my partner in crime on this show and in the DFS world. He's dealing with a little loss of a close friend that passed away early this morning. And thoughts and prayers to you, my friend. And I do know for a fact that he appreciates all the comments, all the thoughts, the prayers, the well wishes, the words that you guys are sending out while he's hurting. And just continue to let that roll in, folks. He really appreciates it, and it does not go unseen. He'll probably comment back, send you a shout out back. But enough with the down stuff. The show must go on. DFS isn't stopping, and neither are we. So Joe and all of the rest of his buddies are going to pick up the rope and move on throughout the week. And he'll be back next week, folks. So I want to first of all give a shout out to the OG of DFS Golf himself, the co-host of the Preferred Lines podcast. And I like to call him the godfather of golf Twitter, at TourPicks, Joe I, fan of the program. A friend of Joe's especially took down tied for second in the playoff preview on DraftKings, taking down 112K. Man, it's exciting. It's exciting to hit that one-timer. He was in the lead, I think, going into Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. But nevertheless, tied for second's pretty tight. Not much going for me. I know not much going for Joe this past weekend. I know some other buddies that got close, and they sent me some stuff, and just a couple of guys. I know one killer to a lot of the community was Ryan Moore missing the cut. Jeez, very disappointing weekend. Shout out though to the journeyman himself, 21 under, the Jim Herman, taking on a plethora. Siwoo Kim couldn't get out of his own way. Fought off Billy Horschel, and it's crazy that Jim's wins have always come in golf courses that are eerie similar, low scoring, scoreable par fours. He just somehow goes super low on these golf courses. But like I said, a lot of our Joe I took it down this week. Our boy Brent took it down last week. Folks, if you're just a regular guy out there playing DFS, and you are trying to, I'm not going to say obviously we like to win money, and I'm not saying you want to quit your job to play daily fantasy sports, but if you need a little bit of help, and let me tell you about it in an inexpensive way to do that, you need to go to our sponsor, Rotoballer.com, for the great PGA premium membership research station we got over there. Josh does a great job every week breaking down the course using Google Earth, telling you details about every hole and what type of golfers should play well. You got Spencer at Tee Off Sports and the Vegas Report that just has been crushing lately. I think he went 4-0 last weekend. It's like he's got a little crystal ball over there picking winners. And Joe, the co-host of this show, normally does a Horse for the Course and the Core 4 article every week. These guys are putting out tons of content every week. These guys study this stuff. So, I mean, there's no way that if you're just a weekend warrior or just want to put a few lineups to have a sweat in, that you should go to this website, get the PGA Premium membership. That way you can think about the way the insiders think. These guys talk to other guys in the DFS community. Trust me, I'm telling you, there's no way to compete in the DFS world, especially the PGA world. I know because I'm into that, without using the tools at Rotoballer. They got a great lineup optimizer, just tons of information. Go there, sign up for the thing, $49.99 PGA Premium membership. Use a promo code NICE to get the $49.99 price. That's the only way you're going to get that. So, what else we got going on? This week, for me, last weekend for me, not much going on. Golf wise, my golfing's over for the year. It looks like I got a baby number 4 coming in 4 weeks from now. So my golf's pretty much done for the year. I may be able to sneak out a couple more times. I don't know. I know Joe and the Stacy Maples 840 group were live and in action this weekend, dodging rain, sweating DFS like they do every weekend. I do know one thing we got coming at you. We're going to have a little Sunday stroll edition to our the Turn Fantasy Golf Pod, where you're going to be able to check in on our personal fantasy group that we deal with for the year. You're going to get a little inside look on that coming up. Maybe spit out a few episodes about the NFL. I don't know. We're talking about it. Should be fun. Let's see what else we got in the hopper. I think that's about it on the personal level. I mean, heck, all I feel like I've been doing is folding clothes and putting diapers away and painting rooms and putting furniture together. It's just crazy over here at my house. Matter of fact, I had to rush 3 or 4 of them upstairs right before we get recording on this. So this coming up, it's going to be a little shorter episode because there's not going to be any one-on-one banter with me and Joe or me and another person. So here we're going to get right into it. Northern Trust. This is tricky, folks, when you're doing your research. Northern Trust this week. So the new playoff system is in a rotation form. That way, you're not going to have the same golf courses in the same tournaments every year. So Northern Trust this year, 2020 and 2022, the host of that's going to be the TPC Boston. Probably one of my favorite courses, top 5 courses they play every year. I know you always hear me say I love this course, which I do. I love a lot of courses, but this is a top 5 course. When you see it on TV, you're going to be like, wow, man, this place is sweet. Par 71 for the tournament players, 73.08. It's normally a par 73, designed in 2003 by Arnold Palmer. We don't see many par 73s out there, but there's some close par 5s, right around 500 yards. They move the tees up a little bit and, maybe 20 yards or something made in par 4s for this tournament. In the past, TPC Boston, 13 to 18, 2013 and 2018's hosted the Dell Technologies Championship. So that's why I said you're going to need to research this carefully whenever you pull up tournament history. Like I said, designed by Arnold Palmer in 2003, revised by Brad Faxon and Gil Hansen. Hansen? I don't know how you pronounce his name. In 2007. But anyway, course record, Vijay Singh, I think in 2006 maybe, and Mike Weir in 2008, 61s. That's low on this golf course. Golf course is it's a ball striker's paradise. Ball strikers play good here. Iron play is a necessity. Obviously, hitting in the fairway and making putts are always a necessity, but ball strikers seem to do well here week in, week out. And like I said, this thing is going to be sweet on the eye. So let's get in. Let me pull up here on my screen some DFS stuff or the DraftKings, and we'll get a look at that. So let's just start at the top here. You got your 3 guys I want to put in here in a little square: JT, DeChambeau, McIlroy. And really, I like all 3 of these on this golf course under normal circumstances. JT has just been week in, week out, probably. I won't say he's the most consistent. Him and Bryson about the same on consistency week in, week out. Seems like JT has been closer to the top. Let me say this. It seems like he's had more tournaments where he has either been around the cut line than DeChambeau, and DeChambeau has been more of a top 10 guy. But basically about the same kind of season going on. Both of these guys are definitely huge favorites on this course. The reason I put Rory in that spectrum is he is one of the best course histories on TPC Boston of anybody in the field. And this golf course really sets up well for him. It's usually later on in the season when he's played a lot. Maybe that has something to do with it also. Yeah, because you got the British Open, usually Canadian Open. Boom, boom, boom. You hitting the playoffs. You're hitting this golf course. So that's probably why he's probably played a lot coming into this course under normal circumstances. Where in other tournaments he's taken weeks off in between. Obviously we know that DeChambeau is a grinder. He's in there every week grinding. But let's be honest, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these three. I would say that Rory has been the most inconsistent of the three since the restart. But in my opinion, honestly, the price is just too high. You're going to see some really, really deep lineups for the talented field that we got this week. And it's going to be hard to get that huge depth, 6 people wide, if you use any of these three. So let's slide on down. So for that, I'm going to pass on these three. I could see playing any of them. Let's slide on down. DJ, Morikawa, or Rahm. That's the next pocket of guys I want to talk about. I'm a DJ. This golf course could not be any more DJ than this course, And I feel like we say it every week, but it's a long ball striker's course, and that's him, long ball striker. He's at 10-4. You got Morikawa at 10-2. You got John Rahm at 10,000. So of those three, who am I rostering? Well, you have problems with all three, I think. Morikawa's and definitely had the best restart. Won twice and lost in a playoff. He is obviously super talented. We saw, how great he hit it. This is a place that fits his game. We're going to have a hard time ever finding a place that doesn't fit his game. Really like him. But he's never played here before. So take that for what it's worth. John Rahm, major talent. Got problems with the consistency. Can win any week, just like Rory. Problems with the consistency, problem with his temper. So for that, my concern with DJ is his consistency, his care level from week in, week out. He literally doesn't. He can kind of show from week to week that he doesn't care. I say that using facial expressions. Inside, he might be burning up or boiling. We don't know their thoughts, but he's got problems with consistency. He's either right there or not at all, and that's a problem if you're trying to roster him. But he's played well, other than the 1 week he didn't play well in WD. Morikawa, like I said, on fire, but he's never played here. John Rahm, I have a concern with him. If I would lean toward Johnson, Morikawa over Rahm, just like on the top two. I'd lean toward Thomas and DeChambeau over Rory, just for consistency purposes. But I think I want to pass on those three as well. Now let's look down here from 88 to 97. You got Xander, Webb Simpson, Jason Day, Patrick Cantlay, Bryce Koepka, P. Reed, Daniel Berger. This, I feel like, is where the tournament winner is going to come from this group. You're probably going to have 2 to 3 guys right here in the top 5 in this move. So you have to pick out, it's a little bit of a Russian roulette on who you're going to pick. But I just got to feel like Xander is an ultimate grinder. He's a ball striker. He does everything so good. And whenever one part of his game is slacking, the other part's going to take off. And I really love Xander here. Webb, I love him. We got to talk like he's probably a top 5 player in the world. Jason Day's played awesome. This should be an interesting stretch for Jason Day, playing this much, playing this well. We'd love to see him back on his game. Not sure if I'm comfortable paying $9,300. We've already said this throughout. His price goes up every week, and every week we say we're not so comfortable, and he just continues to deliver. So I don't know. I don't really know what to do with him. Patrick Cantlay has been very interesting to the restart. We kind of thought that he would have major success on the restart simply because he plans his weeks out so far in advance on when he's going to play, and he's very meticulous about his body and how he feels. And we thought that it would affect him not very much taking this break off, but he really hasn't had the top 10 power like he normally does. Normally he's always a grinder. He's going to make the cut, and he's going to be there, but I feel like his top 10s have been down since then. He hasn't been, he'll have, just a mediocre days and make the cut, play well enough to kind of be there, but not really a top 10, top 5 guy. And at this price point, it's going to be hard. With the guys he's bunched up against, it's going to be hard to take him. Koepka normally would say fire away, but he has played awful as of late, and And, I mean, right there on Sunday in the PGA was semi there and just fell off. I don't know. I don't know what to do with him here. I don't know if it's injury. I don't know what it is. Couldn't tell you. He don't know if mental state, something's off on his swing. Couldn't tell you. Here's the two guys that I love in this area. Absolutely love. Patrick Reed, birdie machine. I don't know where he was at, 6th, 5th, 4th, 10th. I don't know where he finished this past week, but he is a birdie machine. He leads the league. I think he's number 1 on birdies, number 1 on eagles, definitely in DFS for the year. He's going to be a grinder. He putts so great. And he's low enough here where I'm going to take a stab. Another guy I love, Daniel Berger. I don't normally play Daniel Berger, but it's Joe's guy. Joe loves him. But I think this course sets up great for him. So P. Reed, Berger, Xander, I love those guys in this price range. Xander, I feel like, has that extra gear, maybe that. But, I mean, the other guys in there, like I said, 2 or 3 of these guys are going to finish in the top 5, in my opinion. Slide on down here. Finau, Woods, Matsuyama, Casey, Scott. Those guys are all solid plays. I'm a little bit – Matsuyama, you got to worry about his – he hits it so good, but you got to worry about his putting. If he gets hot with his putter, he can do anything. But this is a course he would do well on. Hits his irons good. Tiger, we just don't know about the reps. Don't know. He's probably in the same category with me as Cantlay. Just hasn't shown us anything yet to be like, man, he's the dude right now. Paul Casey, the guy that's going to live and die by his in DFS world by his putter, because it's so painful to watch at times. Putted good in the PGA, was right there. So I don't know. And he's probably like number 1 in course history in this golf course. So, but it's just so normally, I don't know what to do with this guy. I never know what to do with him, because if he puts bad, it's dismal. If he puts great, he's right there top 3, So Adam Scott, world of talent, inconsistent. Who knows? Fleetwood, interesting guy here. Tommy Fleetwood doesn't seem like, since, he's only played like 3 tournaments, I think 4 tournaments since the restart. He puts like 2 really good rounds together and 1 mediocre round and a bad round. That's been his shortfall so far. Once he gets it all together, and I feel like it's going to be in one of the majors, he's going to be right there. I don't know if it's going to be this week. It could be, but I don't know. Low enough to love, Victor Hovland, ball striker, you're going to have to roster him. Get a little bit further, Scheffler, Hatton, you're going to have to roster them either. Ball strikers, they hit it good. This golf course sets up good for them. Consistency might not be there every week for all of them, but, Hatton didn't play well in the PGA, but maybe because the course was too long. Here he's, this should fit his game a little bit better. I don't know what to do with Fitzpatrick. Rose, if you're ever going to get Rose at 8,000, you got to play him. I don't know. Same thing with Fowler, 7,900. Billy Horschel, Woodland, gotta love them in the 7s. Gotta love them. Horschel last week, 2nd place, 3rd, whatever. Man, he played good. Woodland, top 10, top 20 this week, easy coming up. 7,800. You got to roster him. Matty Wolff, this golf course probably sets up good for him, but he's been playing great. But, his consistency problems are going to bother you. This is going to be the big question mark right here. Is Jordan Spieth done? I don't know. He's got a lot of problems mentally right now. I feel like there's a swing glitch going on. He's not comfortable standing over the ball. But guess what? He's like top 5 on course history this week. I mean, so it's just probably hard to roster him. I love to because he puts it so good. But Abe Answer, love him. Down now, once you get a little lower in here, is going to be your kind of, your need on your haystack. Kim, Sunjay M, who knows? Sunjay M finally looked like he might turn it around last week. Kisner played good last weekend. This golf course really doesn't set up great for him. It's a little bit longer. I feel, but who knows? I mean, Harris English. This is a big golf course. You want to play him. Champ, same thing. Oosthuizen, great course history here. Gotta love him. Todd, same thing. Been playing great. If he can put it all together. Same thing with Lowry. After that, they're going to be feast or famine. I mean, Ian Poultry, you have to feel, always plays good when there's big fields. but this golf course really doesn't set up well for him. Strangely enough, best course history in this whole golf tournament is Brian Harman at 60. Last 12 rounds. That's what 24 rounds. I did a 12-round search, 24-round search on this golf course. Brian Harman had the best course history, which is majorly concerning to me because I have loathed him since the restart because he just hasn't been there and been consistent. So once you get, I feel like maybe around 74, you got some good players in there at 74. Varner, Palmer, Doc Redman, Kuchar. Don't really want to say him out loud, but after that, it's going to be like picking a needle in a haystack. A lot of talent, a lot of inconsistency. But like I said, you're going to have a stack lineup if you want to compete this week. An absolute stack lineup. Man, there's some really good players down here in the 6. But I just don't know where to let me give you a couple of guys here that I'm going to pick out this needle here for you that last week I think I threw out who did I throw? Charles out the third. Beautiful little 68 in the first round. Dismal 70. No, he shot 66 or 68. Anyway, he finished 2 over, missed the cut. It was painful. Played awful the second day. Okay, here we go. I'm going to throw out 3 players that you need to look at that for no reason whatsoever. I'm going to throw them out. There's no statistical. They're just playing on my mind. Number 1 is Chez Reavie. This golf course sets up great for Chez Reavie, ball striker. He plays these golf courses strong. Bogey avoidance is probably the number 1 because he hits the ball straight. He's a grinder. He's going to even if, ladies and gentlemen, he is 10 shots off a lead. He's going to try the same if he's 10 shots off a lead or if he's 1 back from the lead on Sunday. And that's the guy you want in your DFS lineup when you're trying to make a comeback. So Chez Reavie, and mark him down. He is at 7,100 on DraftKings. Keep him in your eyes. No. Who else are we looking at? Oh, my man, Joe's man last week. I forgot to shout him out. Denny McCarthy last week. Let's see where he finished. Tied 9th. Great throw. That was a great throw, Joe, right there on the Denny McCarthy. Top 10 and everything? Man, that's strong. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, I lost my spot here. Okay, Denny McCarthy last week did crush. I'm not sure. I don't really know anything about him. It's Joe's guy. But man, he crushed last week, tied 9th. Another guy with great course history. I'm not going to play him, though, is Grillo. He's too inconsistent. So I've got one name for you, Chez Reavie, see it at 7,100. I'm trying to look for another one. Oof, I don't want to do it, folks. Do not want to do it. Do not want to do it. Sam Burns. Let me see if he's still battling the injury. Sam Burns, 13th place last week in the Wyndham Championship. And he's got another gear that a lot of the guys don't have. Missed the cut at the Barracuda, but tied 13th last week. He's a stud, though. He can be a stud. He can get into that top 10 this week. Corey Connors, stay away from Corey Connors, folks. Last week, tried a different putter grip, went left-hand low, did not work out for him. Stay away from Connors. Now, my guy that I'm not going to be able to stay away from at all. So I've got Chez, 7,100. I got Burns, 6,900. You're going to need guys in that 68 to 72 range to fill a lineup this week. Here you go. This is my man. For no reason whatsoever, I'm throwing him out there. 7,400. He's played awful on the comeback. Mark Leishman. Missed the cut at the PGA. 50th in the St. Jude's. 40th in the Memorial. There's no reason to play him whatsoever. However, he loves this golf course. He plays well on this golf course. Mark Leishman. There you go, folks. Mark Leishman's my man, 7,400. He's played terrible, but there's no reason why I'm not playing him. Oh, that's funny. So Real quick on the way out, though. Great course history. These are the guys you need to be looking at. Great course history. Paul Casey, Rory, DJ, Oosthuizen, DeChambeau, Keegan. Didn't mention Keegan, but great course history. Woodland, and even yes. I got this in my notes. Even yes. Jordan Spieth has great course history. Whether you want to play him or not, that's up to you. But he's got great course history out here. I've got some notables that have never played here before. So put that for what it's worth. Pull this list up I got. Nobles never played here. Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, Matty Fitzpatrick. Couldn't believe Matty Fitzpatrick's never played here. Scotty Scheffler, Matty Wolf, Sungjae Im. Some great players. So I got some more. Cameron Champ, Shane Lowry, Doc Redmond, Joaquin Needham. Never played here. Max Homa's never played here. Corey Connors never played here. Burns never played here. Danny McCarthy, Norlander, Mark Hubbard, Adam Long, Richie Rowinski, Taylor Gooch, Maverick McNeely, Cameron Davis, JT Poston, Tyler Duncan, Sam Ryder, a bunch of the low guys. Keep going. Have never played here. Let's go with guys that have never played here. And just like Joel Damon's played here, never made the cut. Yeah, I'm talking about on this golf course, by the way, folks. Number one stroke gain tied, number one stroke gain total on this golf course in the last 50 rounds, Rory McIlroy, Paul Casey. So there you go with that. Surprisingly, Oosthuizen's up there. Keegan's going to be interesting at 6,600. He's ninth on strokes gained total on this golf course. He's only 6,600. This is his hometown. He usually plays well up north. So there you go with that. That's why I say, folks, you never know about this stuff if you don't research it. And so I'm going to come back to, again, too, that you need to be on rotoballer.com. They got tons of stuff to help you research. They got tons of breakdowns. We got the course breakdown, the Vegas report, the core four, the four for the core four, and the horse for the course. They do every week to help you find your DFS lineup. And to get to that, you got to be a PGA premium member. And so go to rotoballer.com. I'll put it in the show notes on the YouTube and on the podcast. Type in the promo code NICE to get the special price of $49.99 for the rest of the year. So in saying all that, folks, you just had me tonight. I'm sorry. Like I said, well wishes, my man Joe. And we'll see you back next week. Y'all go out and make lots of birdies. And see ya.
When you let me go, I'm just asking you how could you have ever known?